Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I'm Joanna, me, my dog and books, and it is the start of this weekend's weekend reading vlog. So yes, I'm actually dressed. You haven't caught me in my PJs, only because this morning I finished a book that emotionally destroyed me, which I'll need to talk to you about later. And that was a very snottery, red-eyed, bedhead face. Which actually is on, I'll link, I did a wee TikTok of my live just finished reaction. It's not pretty. So I'll put it in the description in case you want to see that. Oh, such a good book, but I'll talk to you about it later. This weekend my mum is over because my nephew is having his 17th birthday party, like youth gathering at home. So my mum's over here to escape that. So I'll try and get her on camera. She's got a really bad bloodshot eye in one of her eyes. This happens every so often because she takes a blood thinner, which sometimes causes symptoms like that. Anyway, she's decided she looks like a monster. So I'll try and get her on camera, but I don't know if she'll be happy with that or not. So this morning I need to go and get Patty's repeat prescription of her meds. I need to pick a book from the library. Then I've got Sainsbury's shop coming, hoping to bake blueberry muffins at some point, inspired entirely by Lauren and the books. And then me and mum was going to take her to the shopping centre where she can get some of her steps in, and I might sneak into Waterstones for a wee newsy, and then taking her at tea time to the cinema to see the movie Civil War, because the OH is glued to the TV for the Masters. He loves the golf, which I don't mind being on TV, but like my mum thought we'd go out and watch something like a movie, so that's the plan. So come along, enjoy the weekend chitter chatter. Hey mum, we're back in the car. Where are we going, mum?
Showcase cinema.
Yeah, we're going to the Showcase Cinema Deluxe to see Civil War. Where have we just been to? Hobbycraft. Mum got me a cross stitch set and a lap craft thing. I'll show you it later.
To do your crafts in.
To do it with a wee light thingy. So let's go and see what we think of. You want a cappuccino?
Aye.
Right, let's go in. Hi. Oh. Well, that's us back from the cinema, and get loads of washing to put away. So I thought I'd have a wee chat with you while I do that. The movie was amazing. It's got Kirsten Dunst in it. That was the only person I really recognised. So I turned around. And she was really, really good. It is terrifyingly amazing because it's kind of like modern day America in Civil War, and Kirsten Dunst and a few other kind of main characters are press reporters. So highly recommend it. It's it's really well done. It's written by Alex and directed by Alex Garland. Alex Garland wrote The Beach, which was directed by British director. Can't remember, but Alex Garland wrote The Beach, the one that had Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Years ago, can't remember when that was. Can't remember. Anyway, still not fully recovered from the book I finished this morning because it emotionally destroyed me. But I'll give you a proper kind of synopsis and review of it tomorrow once I've fully computed it, because it was quite heartbreaking. And I've started going from something that emotionally destroyed me to reading Killing Thatcher, which is a non-fiction story of the IRA, the manhunt and the long war on the Crown, which was about the bombing in the Brighton Hotel in 1984 that the IRA undertook in an attempt to assassinate most of the Tory party at that time. The Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, who is a very divisive character, put it this way. Not very many non-Tories like her, and most people in Scotland don't like her after what she did to Scotland, or a lot of working class people don't like her because, yeah, she was what she was. She brought in lots of horrible things, including Section 28, which came in, is that in the 70s? No, maybe the 80s. Section 28, which legally made it illegal for teachers to teach anything about homosexuality or same-sex relationships in school. That only got repealed when early 2000s, I think. But yeah, that and many other horrible things that she did to the country. Anyway, by the by, it's a really interesting read about the times when obviously the IRA were quite prevalent in Ireland, Northern Ireland and United Kingdom during what they call, as a euphemism, the Troubles, which really underplays the entire thing. But anyway, so I'm finding that really, really interesting. Realise that I'm going through some very heavy stuff, which is watching a movie about Civil War. Also watched this afternoon with my mum The Truth versus Alex Jones, which is a docu-film about what Alex Jones put the parents of the Sandy Hook school shooting under after, you know, because he came out and claimed it was all a hoax, blah blah blah. Anyway, and it follows that legal case where a lot of many of the families sued him for defamation. I mean, it's heartbreaking, but it's powerful. It's also makes you so angry because Alex Jones is a abhorrent human being. Oh, I think I can hear Lucy up. She's been being a cheeky shenanigans. She's already tried to steal a bit of her dad's dinner, and yes, she's been a cheeky McCheeky face. So I suspect she's coming up here. Where are you, Lucy? You in here? You coming up here? Come up. Up. You see him? My bed is a mess at the minute because my mum's here, and that normally means Lucy decides that she has to come upstairs too to sleep. So it ends up like 3 or 4 of us in the bed. But she has her bed there. Honestly, please don't judge the state of my room. Also, discreetly packing away my underwear here. Well, you can't see. Does anyone else like? It just feels like such a pointless chore. Hanging up washing, putting away washing, doing washing. I mean, I know you need to do it. I don't so much hate putting the washing in the washing machine. It's just the act of like getting it out the washing machine and then hanging it up, and then when it dries, eventually putting it away, and then realising you've got a pile of stuff. On the plus side, most of this is my running stuff. Just did go for a run today, didn't I? When I say hello, look. I'll move you down. Look, Lucy, look, here. Ah, say hello. Say hello. Oh, good girl. I know, good cheeky girl. She's 12 going on 2, honestly. Anyway, so I'm now going to go downstairs. I've eaten too much rubbish popcorn and stolen some of Mum's crisps that she had at the cinema. So I think I'm going to read. Not got it up here with me. Oh, I might read more of How Can I Help You by Laura Sims, the book about the librarian who was previously like a nurse that killed patients. Just going to go read that, and get my jammies on. Yeah, I mean, not that my dungarees aren't comfy. And we'll chill downstairs and read our book. Eh? Yes. Don't look like a naughty girl. She doesn't. It's your daddy telling fibs on you. He's busy watching the Masters, so he doesn't like getting interrupted. Tough. We're the boss of him. So I might read more of How Can I Help You and Blue Sisters, which is by the new book by Coco Mellors that comes out next month. Coco Mellors wrote Cleopatra and Frankenstein, which I read, I think, in 2022. Because if I'd read it last year, it would have been my top. It would have been one of my top reads. It's brilliant contemporary fiction. Anyway, I'll chat to you about that tomorrow. But I am going to get my gym jams on and make myself peppermint tea. Make myself peppermint tea. So I'll either see you in my bed or tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's Sunday morning. So I'm in my pyjamas with my pinny on. You know what that means. I'm going to bake. Check these. So I bought silicone muffin tins because I realised even if I make kind of cupcakes, they weren't like big enough. So look at these. So I'm going to try making my blueberry muffins with these. So I'm going to make them today because I'm taking my mum home, and sometimes I like to bake some stuff that I can take to my wee sister, who I think had a very challenging night in her home, which was more not challenging. She's a worrier, a bit like me. But my nephew, who's 17, had, as you know, his party with about 20 teenagers in the house, so I think she was up to highball. So I thought, take her over some blueberry muffins. But first, so it's very early in the morning. Say early. It's early for me. I've been awake since 5:30 because Lucy wanted out, and I've had a big amount of coffee and finished a book which I'll talk to you about in a second. So it's 7:45. My mum's still sleeping. The witch is still sleeping. So I thought I'll grab some quiet time and give you a wee update. So the book that emotionally destroyed me is Bad Habit by Alana S. Portero. And it's translated, because it's written in it's originally Spanish, translated by Mara Fay Letham. Translation's amazing. It's actually not that long a book, is it? 221 pages. So this, I don't know when it came out in Spain, but it comes out in the UK on the 23rd of May. And my friend got an advanced reading copy of this from the publisher. The publisher accidentally sent 2. She read the synopsis and thought, Joanna will like that. So she sent it on to me, and my buddy read it. It said, I devoured this in about 48 hours. So I'll tell you the synopsis. An unnamed young trans woman grows up in working class suburb that has no place for her. This is a working class suburb in Madrid. She discovers community and kinship in downtown Madrid amid a dazzling party scene animated by charming junkies, glamorous pop divas and fallen angels. With each step she takes forward in the city, she finds herself confronted by an antagonism she does not know how to encounter. In this thrilling and yet often frightening place, each decision can have the highest of stakes, and yet she knows that only she can forge a path to the life she truly wants. It said blistering and compassionate. Bad Habit is translated by Alana Portero, is translated by Mara Fay Liam, and deftly illuminates the ties between gender and class, the search for identity and the power of sisterhood. Shimmering in its lyrical beauty and vivid in its realism, Bad Habit is a memorising story of self-realisation that speaks to the outsider in all of us. This, when I finished it yesterday morning, I don't easily cry at books or movies. If anyone takes SSRIs, they know it kind of dulls your kind of senses. So it takes a lot for me to cry. And I say I was tearing up because this is so poignantly written about this young trans women's story of discovering themselves, and so like gender and class are the two, gender, class and sisterhood are the three kind of main plot points. But given, so content warnings for this book, because the nature of being a trans woman in this world today is undoubtedly scary. The threats of violence, being minoritised, so there is violent scenes in this, as well as utterly touching and heartbreaking moments. It's elegantly written, it's devastating, it's powerful, it's honestly, it got me to feel a lot of feelings, and it's really hard to describe just how powerfully written I thought this was. I don't know anything about this author yet, so I actually am going to do some Googling later, I think, to find out a little bit more. I don't even know if it's their first book, or I've no idea. But this was just beautiful. Again though, if like some books like A Little Life, Shuggy Bean, Young Mungo, some of these books can be like emotionally devastating when you read them for some. So if that's not your bag, don't read it, because it does take you on a roller coaster of emotions. I thought this was outstanding. Just wow. So that is the book. Kind of got a bit of a hangover from that, although going from that to read Killing Maggie Thatcher. Oh, the sun is coming out. I'm being blinded by it. I'm going to try and continue with this blazing sunlight. So, reading that, and then I just finished on my Kindle this morning, How Can I Help? And I really enjoyed it. It's an ARC, so I got it from NetGalley as an ebook. Enjoyed it. It's set in a library. It's about a character called Jane who reinvents herself as Margot, who works in a library because she has a dark past of being a nurse who helped a few of her patients on their way to not being alive anymore. So she has a bit of a dark past, but then there's this new researcher that comes into the library, a new work colleague called Patricia, who's a researcher. Well, I've just said that, she's a researcher, but she starts to pick up a vibe from Margot and then starts to uncover a story and starts to write it in a notebook. And so that story ensues. It's quite like, so it flips between the two different points of view. I enjoyed it. Obviously, who doesn't love books or about books or libraries, or love a wee bit of serial killing or unaliving, as I would say in a TikTok. But you know what? I can't put my finger on it. It took me way long. I mean, I don't know how long it is actually, because I read it on my Kindle. I just felt there was something missing, something that kept me from like, I'd say it was decent, like a 3.5. Something stopped it from being 4. And I don't know what it was. Something that, I don't know, sometimes when the book, you're just like, just missed something. I don't know what it is. But it was enjoyable. So next I'm going to be reading The Family Experiment by John Mars, which was an advanced copy I got before it's out next month, so I can give you a review of that. I wonder if I can get a wee bit of vitamin D through the window. Who knows? Anyway, then I've got a couple other books to tell you about. Actually, maybe I'll shut it down so I'm not squinting at you. Is that a wee bit better? Don't quite as rosy. So another is also an advanced copy that the publisher didn't send me directly. My friend got it, read it last year, utterly adored it. She got me to read this author. May as well explain. So Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors, I read in 2022. Utterly adored it. It's just amazing contemporary fiction. I loved how gorgeous. It's described as tender, devastating and funny. So New York is slipping from Cleo's grasp, 24 at a different party every night, and with a student visa that's swiftly running out, she doesn't even have money for cigarettes. But then a chance encounter on New Year's Eve offers her a way out. Frank, successful and 20 years older, can give her the security she craves and the green card she needs. And in Cleo, he sees a life filled with beauty, art and freedom. As the two rush headlong into an impulsive marriage, their friends are drawn into a tumultuous, I can't say that word, orbit. What began as a chance meeting will change all of their lives forever. If you like literary contemporary fiction, read this. I adored it. And the author has a new book coming out next month called Blue Sisters. So this is not the finished copy. I'm going to buy the finished copy because I'm going to a book event in Edinburgh at the end of May. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to get a copy of the signed by this author. So my friend sent me this, and it's about 3-4 sisters. So let me get the synopsis right for you, because I kind of don't know. I've just gone in knowing that I really like this author. So it says, 3 estranged siblings return to their family home in New York after their beloved sister's death in this unforgettable story of grief, identity and complexities of family. The 3 Blue sisters are exceptional and exceptionally different. Avery, the eldest and recovering heroin addict turned straight-laced lawyer, lives with her wife in London. Bonnie is a former boxer, works as a bouncer in Los Angeles following a devastating defeat. And Lucky, the youngest, models in Paris while trying to outrun her hard partying ways. They also had a 4th sister, Nikki, whose unexpected death left Avery, Bonnie and Lucky reeling. A year later, as they each navigate grief, addiction and ambition, they find they must return to New York to stop the sale of the apartment where they were raised. So I'm here for that. Clearly contemporary literary fiction. So yeah, if you haven't heard of Coco Mellors, get her on your radar if you like that genre. Then wait to hear about this one. This sounds like a fun one. So it was Viper Books that sent me this. It's called The Dead Friend Project. It's an advanced copy. Everyone needs a hobby. They gave me post-it notes, right? Because it's like a murder mystery that you need to try and solve. I'm rubbish at those things, but I'll give it a go. Anyway, it says, things haven't been going well for Beth since Charlotte died, her best friend. A favourite at the school pickups and the only person to ever run an interesting PTA meeting. Parent Teachers Association, I think that stands for. But after being hit by a car while on an ill-timed evening jog, Charlotte is no longer there to help Beth pick up the pieces of her increasingly difficult life. That is, until Beth discovers that Charlotte left her toddler alone in the house during that fatal run. The Charlotte she knew would never do something so irresponsible. And suddenly Beth is questioning whether Charlotte's death was really an accident. Was Charlotte's death murder? And if so, which oh-so-perfect mums at the school gates is to blame? Enclosed you will find some sticky tabs to mark your book and gather evidence. It sounds like a fun one, which might be one that I need to pick up soon. Oh, it's by the author. Oh no, it's not. Oh no. Oh yeah, it was by the author who wrote the book You Look Better as a Ghost, which I did enjoy. It did feel like it missed something for me, but it's a fun read, so I'm going to be reading it. Also, who loves a floppy book? I do. Let me know in the comments if you do. Then last but not least, I had a library reserve to pick up, of course. What week doesn't go by when I've got another library as a reserve and I'm still not apparently reading any of my... Oh, no, Killing Thatcher is a library book. This one is One of the Good Guys by Araminta Hall, published by Macmillan. So, also, I'm only like the second person to take it out. This synopsis is the reason I put this on reserve. Wait to hear it. If most men say they're one of the good guys, then why are so many women afraid to walk alone at night? It's my WhatsApp TikTok. It's my WhatsApp notification. Cole is a perfect husband, a romantic supportive of his wife Mel's career, keen to be a hands-on dad and not a big drinker. A good guy, so when Mel leaves him, he's floored. She was lucky to be with him. She was lucky to be with a man like him. When the reclusive artist Lenny meets Cole, he has started a new life as a wildlife ranger, craving solitude. Lenny's living in a crumbling cottage on the edge of a nearby cliff. It is an undeniably scary location, but sometimes you have to face your fears to get past them. As their relationship develops, two young women go missing while on a walk protesting gendered violence. Finding themselves at the heart of the police investigation and media frenzy, Cole and Lenny soon realise they don't know each other that well. This is what happens when women have had enough. How good. Look, it's blurbed by Alice Feeney, Peter James, Chris Whitaker. No, my name. Sounds good. Don't ignore the warning signs. How good does this sound? If anyone's read it, let me know. I'm planning on reading that pretty soon. Then, what am I going to read? I'm starting a buddy read on tomorrow, on Monday. I'm trying to be dead quiet. Correction, I'm starting 2 buddy reads. First one is with one of my friends on Instagram, and it's called The Vintage Shop by Libby Page. I read Libby Page's book, The Lido, which was lovely. It's just delightful. I love her writing. This one says, 1 dress, 3 women, and a lifetime of secrets. Could uncovering the secrets of the yellow dress help them unlock their next chapter? So it looks like there's 3 characters. Lou, Donna, and Maggie. She just writes really heartwarming stories. I loved the Lido. I gave it 5 stars. She normally likes uplifting stories about relationships, be it the Lido's about an older woman and a young journalist who is writing a story about this Lido that's closing down, and you discover that the older woman, not elderly, the older woman that uses Lido every day, or I think, is widowed, and it means a lot to her, that place. And there's a relationship that grows a lovely relationship that grows between the young journalist and the other character. Delightful. So I don't want to read too much going into that, but it sounds lovely. And in complete contrast, because I got this from the charity shop not that long ago, my friend Natalie, who has her own booktube. What Natalie reads next? Apologies if I got that wrong, but I'll put the correct handle here. We're going to start this tomorrow too. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. Are you happy in your life? It sounds lovely and dystopian. Those are the last words Jason Desson hears before the masked abductor knocks him unconscious, before he wakes to find himself trapped to a gurney surrounded by strangers in hazmat suits. Before the man he's never met smiles down at him and says, "Welcome back." In this world he's woken up, Jason's life is not the one he knows. His wife is not his wife. His son was never born, and Jason is not an ordinary college physics professor. Is it this world or the other that's a dream? The answer lies in a journey more wondrous and horrifying than anything Jason could have ever could have imagined. So 2 very different books, of course. So did a lot of chatty chats about books. So Mum's trying the muffin. I want to show it on, so it's no, forward. You can see.
All right.
It's got blueberries and lemon in it. Give it a go.
I gave it a go, it's nice and tasty.
Nice and tasty. Patty tried to get the muffin, but she's got carrot. See? Full of blueberries. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Ta. Hey! It's Sunday oh, excuse the mess in my room. It's Sunday, almost Sunday tea time actually. I'm kind of catching up with my chores. Took my mum home, 2 seconds while tucking at the side. And have been listening to, I've got that book, Killing Thatcher. I've managed to get it free on audio as well. So I've been doing a combination of listening. Yeah, it is what it is. Get over here. Can you see me? Can you see me? Doing my usual, changing the beds on a Sunday. I need to change this one, and then my mum was over, so changing that one. Anyone else hate changing beds? I mean, I like a clean bed, but I can never be bothered with the hassle. Anyway, I meant to show you. So I've decided the other cross stitch I was doing. Oh, easy. Like that was really tiring. I've decided the cross stitch I was doing just not inspiring me enough. So I picked this one up from Hobbycraft. It says, "We have the courage." And I was going to make an attempt at this one with the wee craft tray that my mum got me to see if, I should really carry on finishing the bed, see if my friend has a birthday in mid-end June. So I thought that could be my aim. I've also started reading one of my books from my 24 books to read in 2024. 2 seconds. It's the love songs of W.E.B. Du Bois. It's a joke. So thankfully, it was a lovely day. Now the rain's just started. Batter in the window. Anyway, it's a big one. I've got it on audio as well. I used one of my Audible credits because I thought I might make you jump between paper and audio. 790 pages. But I only hear good things. It says, well, it's an Oprah's book club selection. Ailey Pearl Garfield grows up between the city in the north and summers spent in her mother's hometown of Chickasetta, Georgia. From an early age, she finds herself in a battle for belonging that's made all the more difficult by a hurt in her past, as well as the whispers of women, her mother, her sister, and her maternal line reaching back 2 centuries, that urge Ailey to succeed in their stead. To understand her own story, Ailey embarks on a journey through her family's past, uncovering the shocking tales of generations of ancestors, Indigenous, black and white in the Deep South. In doing so, Ailey must learn to embrace her full heritage, a legacy of oppression and resistance, bondage and independence, cruelty and resilience that is the story and the song of America itself. I mean, it does sound pretty powerful. Winner of the National Book Critics Circle Award for Fiction. I don't know when this one came out. A lovely friend got me it for my birthday. When did it come out? 2021. So it's not that old. I think, as much as I love a big book, I think the size of it has put me off, but I got the OH to pick a book from my trolley of the 24 books I need to read in 2024. And as clearly, if you saw my last video, which was a quarterly stats Q&A, this was one of the challenges I was failing on. So I got him to pick, and of course, he picks the biggest one, doesn't he? So between that, I made my muffins, as you see, passed the taste test with my mum. I'm going to make my bed. I've also been snacking while doing this, so I feel a bit sick. Because I've just had a big bag of pickled onion crisps that I didn't really need to eat, but I did. And so now I'm kind of regretting it because I feel a bit yuck. Anyway, look. Snoopy, because I love Snoopy. So yeah, that's been the weekend. Quite an emotional roller coaster because I finished a book that emotionally destroyed me. I then watched The Truth versus Alex Jones, which was a really difficult but amazing documentary watch, and then we went to cinema to see Civil War. So I mean, they were all quite tricky kind of, what have I done wrong? Tricky stories emotionally, you know. Highly recommend them all. I don't know what I'm doing. Plus I keep walking off camera for you, which can't be that great. Not that you need to see my face. I clearly can't do two things at once, which is talk to the camera and make the bed. I don't know what I've done. I need to concentrate. So, and the fact that it's Sunday evening, I'm in the office tomorrow. Yeah, because I'm in the office Monday, Tuesday, Thursday this week. I'm normally in on a Wednesday and a Thursday, so I can ease myself in, so I don't need I've always got a 9 o'clock meeting and I don't need to rush in. Don't need to prep lunch, but I need to do all that today. So I'll do that, hopefully some leftover dinners. I'm making a 3-bean chilli, which was from the roast and tin recipe book I got the other week from the library. So it's quite an easy recipe. I mean, you could probably make it quicker in a pot, but if you just want to shove stuff in a tin, it's quite good that way. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed spending another weekend with me. Next weekend, don't think I've got any plans. Mum's not over, so you've not got a cameo from my mum, so I'll need to make sure there are plenty of doggos in for you. And yeah, let me know what you're reading. Please do give me any ideas that you want for sort of, I'll keep up my, if everyone enjoys them, I'll keep up my weekend reading vlogs that will hit every weekend. So, and then the ones that I post, the videos I post on a Wednesday normally. Yeah, give me ideas of what you want to hear about. I've definitely need to do one about cosy reads and Scottish books or books by Scottish authors that I like, because those were a couple of ones that were mentioned, so I'll do that. Yeah, so for now, hope you're all good. Thanks as always for watching, for liking and for subscribing, and for every one of your comments. It's hugely appreciated. And if you like this video and you don't already subscribe, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.